Hey, Susan Lazar Hart here, your congruency coach for creatives, for seekers, for those of you who, like me, know you came here to make a difference. And you're asking, okay, so what else is possible today? What else is possible for me that I haven't been willing to maybe be or see? Well, if that's you, you're in the right place. I've been taking a poll on our Congruent Living Facebook. I'm just going to get my notes up here. And what came up in terms of what is it about clutter that bothers you the most? Uh, it's the fear of the unknown. Susan, how do I get over this fear of the unknown? Well, that's your question this week, this month, as we head into a new moon tomorrow, a full moon tomorrow. You're in the right place. We're going to be delving into this topic. Hey, Nadia, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yay, if you're here, say hi. Let me know you're here. I love it. And pop in your questions because, we're all about being in the question here. So we're going to uncover the deep emotional ties we have with the future, with uncertain futures, with the fear that manifests as clutter. Hey, Francois, welcome, welcome. We're also going to be uncovering those deep emotional ties we have with our belongings, exploring how clutter actually acts as both a shield and a distraction, and how it keeps us from living a life we truly desire. And I'll also be providing some thoughtful steps to help us move forward. So yay for the hearts, yay for the thumbs up. Let's explore this together, and please pop in your questions as we go along. I love hearing from you. Now, many of us hold on to things, both physically, spiritually, mentally, because we're told to. Really, from a very little age, you're told, don't forget this, or hold on to this, or remember this moment, or this was your great Aunt Mary's. And you're like, so you should appreciate having this. So we hold on to things as buffers against uncertainty. Well, if somebody who loves me told me to hold on to this, if somebody who loves me, who say they love me, and who is responsible for feeding me and clothing me, I'm this little being, and they're saying, remember this, do this, save this, hold on to this, you never know when you're going to need this, then that part of you that isn't really yours to begin with, that you've embodied, that then becomes your buffer against uncertainty. What's uncertain? The future, right? Hey, Rosanna, welcome, welcome. Now, so in this bizarre way, clutter can actually make us feel safer, like we're prepared for the future. So my question for you is, at what cost? What have you decided the future is that it actually isn't? What have you decided that you have to actually be? Who have you decided you have to be that's going to protect you from a future you don't even know what it will be? And yet, if you're willing to be present, you can create your future as the future's already here for you. So, that old expression, what you put your attention on grows? Yeah. So if you have fear, blame, shame, regret, any of those distractors growing as you look towards the future, then you're going to find proof. You see, I knew this would happen. You see, I knew that would be created. And so I'm asking you just for today, play with me. And you're going to take out your journal or something to write with, because I'm going to be giving you some exercises that we do as we create our lives in a congruent way, one with harmony, past, present, and future in all dimensions. So understand why we cling to these, just in case, thoughts, feelings, emotions, or items, reveals a lot about our fears and actually helps us to let go. So clutter, especially when linked to fear of the unknown, can block us from new, important possibilities and experiences. Again, you've already decided the way something is. And I'm asking you to go beyond that. So know that it's physically and emotionally, it crowds us out of our ability to grow and embrace change. Now, sit with that for a minute. Imagine a day in your life without clutter. Hey, Nora, welcome. Imagine a day in your life without clutter. Visualize it. Get a taste of it. How does it feel? whether you're walking into a room or whether you're walking into your life. Right now, I'm playing with a path for myself. You know, I never share with you what I'm not going through myself, right? Because we're all connected. And that's what I love about congruent living. It's the knowing that we are all connected, that there is not one thought, one feeling, or one belief system that we haven't played with or gone through. And it's the knowledge and the awareness of, oh, here's something to share, because it actually will change this. So imagine a day in your life. What are you doing? How does it feel differently? What's your path? What's your path? What are you doing differently? This vision can be a powerful motivator to clear out not just your physical space, but also those mental spaces that you occupy by fear. Now remember, the acronym for fear is forget everything and rise. It's like, what if you didn't have to remember what it was that you were afraid of? Now, this is a huge topic that we can't even touch, because it really goes into the different parts of you, the emotional parts of you. Where are you feeling that? If I was working with you now in a one-on-one, I might ask you, where are you feeling that fear? And we might tap into that. We might do some compassion tools. We might use some generative tools with bodies, with healing, with energies. That's what I would do if I was working with you one-on-one. And what I'm introducing you to here as a group is understanding that clutter is not a protection. It's your other self, that self you were told that this will protect you. It protects you from uncertainty. The fact is, uncertainty is. There's nothing we can be certain about. So again, we often use clutter as a protective shield against the future. It's like building a fort from our belongings, mental, physical, and spiritual, against what might come. But instead of protecting us, it keeps us stuck. Yeah. Am I hitting the right place? Let me see your thoughts or a thumbs up or a heart on this one. And if you have a question, pop it in, please. Because here's the deal. You are creating your future. Oh, yay. Thank you so much. You're creating your future even as we speak right now. The fact that you're here, the fact that you're interested, the fact that you're leaning in to, I wonder, what else is possible here? Know that by identifying one thought, one feeling, or one item you've kept because it makes you feel secure about the future, right there and then, that's a great place for us to begin. So I'm going to challenge you to let that one thought, one feeling, or one emotion go and notice how that makes you feel. It's a small step towards confronting and reducing that fear of uncertainty. How do we do that? Get it out of your head, open your journal, and write down. Once you get it out of your head and onto a piece of paper, it becomes something you can then focus with and work with. If you keep it in your head, you're in the woulda, coulda, shouldas, right? You're in the, oh, but they said that, but this could be this, right? No, that's not what we're here for. We're here to make a difference. So notice that the clutter of those thoughts distracts us from our most meaningful targets and dreams. It takes up all of that time. It's an energy stealer that we could be using to pursue a life we love to live. So in looking down at your list, set aside 10 minutes to sit quietly in your most cluttered space. Again, whether that's a visual space, a physical space, whatever that is for you. Be in there. Walk into that office that's overcrowded. Walk into that relationship that's overcrowded. Walk into that life you've decided is overcrowded. Just be with it. Take a breath, or 2 or 3. Observe how the clutter makes you feel, how it might be reflecting your internal state. How does that make you feel internally? Write it down. When I think of, I feel. Walking into this space, I feel. Note how you're feeling. Understanding this connection can shift your perspective and actually spur you into action, because once you put it down on paper, wow, I feel overwhelmed. Now, overwhelm is often just that insight that you need more information, or you might need somebody to connect with to assist you. That's all overwhelm is. It's you've taken in all of this information, and maybe you need a little guidance in helping you prioritize. What's the first thing I need to let go of here? Know that clutter traps us in a cycle of regret. Yeah, I wish I could have. You're in the present. I mean, just listen to this for a minute. You're in the present, and you're looking at your future, and you're saying, I wish I could have. Now, I wish I could have is you bringing all that clutter, all that baggage, everything you've been taught to believe with you as you look towards your future. That's like planting a garden with weeds. All the weeds you pulled up last summer, spring, or fall, and putting them back in your garden and saying, I knew this would happen, rather than taking all those weeds and burning them or letting them go, or whatever you do with the weeds, and then putting your energy into the bulbs, the flowers, the seeds that you're planting or that you did plant in the fall, and nurture those. What you put your attention on grows. Know that clutter traps us in a cycle of regret. We look at our clutter and think of all the things we could have done differently. What I'm encouraging you to do today is break free from this cycle. It's key to moving forward. Write your commitment down. Now you've looked at your list. Okay, where do I see the most clutter? Which one of these would I really like to move forward on? It could be health, it could be relationships, it could be finances, it could be lifestyle. Often with Congruent Living Academy, we divide things up into the 4 quadrants and ask, okay, which one of these is tugging at me the most, that is asking to change? Write a commitment to take one step towards decluttering this week for that one thing, focusing especially on the items that tether you to the past or future fears. Be with that. Be present with that. Now, this one exercise alone can be a profound statement of living in the present and embracing what's truly important for you. Because often when we take that moment, those 10 minutes, and just sit with that, all of a sudden we get this awareness of like, oh my gosh, that's not even mine. I'm holding on to this thought, feeling, emotion, this fear of the future for somebody else. Like, who in your family that helped raise you instilled and installed in you that fear of the future? Mother, father, teacher, is it even yours to begin with? Let it go. Be with that. Now, sit with that space, mental, emotional, or physical, and ask, how does that feel? Yeah. As we wrap up today's session, any questions on this? Anything popping for anybody that they want to share? I encourage you to take these steps to heart. If you haven't been watching, if you're just catching up, you can go to our YouTube station, Susan Lazar Heart Coaching, and you'll catch up on all the other steps we've been talking about in decluttering for this month. And certainly as we head into a full moon, now is the time to be present with what you're asking to release. Yeah. I don't see any questions now. Pop them in later, #replay, pop them in. I check in every day. I am so grateful for this community. Remember, do your home play. Write down the priorities in decluttering yourself physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever that is, health, relationship. Pick one. Be with it. Commit. What's my first step in shifting this? Release. Release it. Just by being present is how we release. Engage with these thoughts, these good feeling thoughts, these possibilities with the future, and see what changes in your life. Remember, decluttering isn't just about making more room in your home. It's about creating space for your future. And yeah, your home is your heart as well. So share your experiences and progress in the comments below. Let's support each other as we clear the path to our best selves, to that, whatever you call that. That's your inner spirit, your highest self, for the best of all, for the, whatever that is for you. And I'm encouraging you to engage that energy. Thank you for joining me today. Keep pushing forward. Keep answering those polls. That's where I'm picking all of this up, of what we're required to talk about next time with our Ask Susans. I do check in every day. And if you have a request for Ask Susan, write it in here. Okay, whether it's in our YouTube or whether it's in our Congruent Living Facebook. And if you're on the YouTube, like it, share it, follow, whatever that is. Let's open this up, because the more people that we can play with who are willing to declutter, the less we're all willing to hold on to anything that drags us down, that stacks the bad, that creates not what we're asking to create, but what somebody else is asking to create. This is your one true precious life. Please embrace the unknown with confidence, with hope, with all that you be. Live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader you came here to be. One who's willing to live in a clutter-free environment. I adore you. Thank you so much for playing with me today. And once again, I'm going to be looking for your questions. Write them in here and your feedback. Have an amazing day and enjoy that full moon. Bye-bye.